Hi, how is everyone today? Hope you're all doing good. I am. I just got off of a strike from YouTube, so I was down and out for a couple of weeks. Obviously, it was another second strike on a very old video, but that is not why we're here. Today, we're going to be talking about a very fascinating, interesting, lifting of the veil experience. And I'm sure as we progress into this ascension, because that's what it is, it's an ascension of humanity, we're going to be seeing more and more things. One of the main reasons I'm doing this video is because I want to have feedback from everyone if they've had any of these scenarios happen to them. I mean, anything at all. So let's start at the beginning where it actually started. The dog's out in the hallway, and she's going to be a part of this, and that's Buttons. And the cats, they're a part of it too. So I had Wendy come up here, and she ended up spending a couple of weeks with me. The dog's in here now. Come here. Come here, let's say hi. Oh, you're going to be on the film. This is Buttons. This one is interesting because of what they can see. So it's just all dogs and cats. So basically, when Wendy came, and she was spending the night, and she was over in the other room across from my room, she's like, Mom, something's been walking around in my room, and it sounds small. And I'm like, well, it's probably one of the animals. And she's like, no, I don't think so. It sounds like it's rummaging through stuff. And it's like, well, maybe it's the dog. So then the next night, she ended up getting on the bed. And she had all the animals on the bed with her, and then she felt something else jump up on the bed. And she's like, well, there's nothing else to jump on the bed. So basically, we've got my cat, Tabitha. We've got Peanut and Dash, which are Bernadette's two cats. And then we have the dog, Buttons. So Buttons started going up the staircase and going into that room because there's a doggy door in that room. And started going off the deep end ballistically. And I was like, what is she doing up there? She's crazy. So I ran up the stairs. I opened up the door, and I'm like, what are you barking at, crazy dog? And she's looking at me like, I'm not the crazy one. You are. I don't see her barking anything. Well, by the second or third time of doing this, it's like, okay, something's going on. So then let me tell you one more incident that happened. When Wendy had first come, the very first night, we ended up having her stuff by the bed, and she had gone upstairs, and she came down and she goes, Mom, somebody rooted through my luggage stuff, you know, my stuff in my bags. She didn't actually have luggage. She had these big, beautiful bags. And she's like, somebody has rampaged through my bags. And it's like, well, maybe it was the dog. And she goes, Mom, it looks like they pulled things out. And I'm like, well, the dog couldn't do that. And rummage through. So at this point, I was thinking, okay, something crazy's going on here. We got to find out what's going on. So I ended up doing a live chat with some of my Patreons on my Patreon channel. And I was sitting there, and I had one of the cats, Peanut, in my lap, and I had Tabitha in her cat stand right over here, because this is my little studio room. And I noticed that both of them perked up and started looking at the hallway. And I'm sitting here doing my chat, and I'm watching the cats, and their heads are moving in unison, and their eyes are going big and round to a slit, big and round to a slit. And then Tabitha's hair kind of stood up, and then Peanut kind of was like, oh no, it's coming this way. And I'm like, okay, something's in the hallway. I can't see it. But the cats are both on full alert. And I'm having this conversation with someone, and it's like, there's nothing I can do about it because I you know. So I'm like, okay, well, Bernadette has the Ring system. And with the Ring system, she had an extra camera. And I'm like, okay. So we ended up putting the extra camera up upstairs earlier because we wanted to find out who was using the bathroom in the studio, because somebody wasn't either using the litter box or going outside. Well, we found out it was the dog, but that's why we had the extra camera up here to catch the culprit. So basically, all I did was turn the camera into the other room that Wendy was sleeping in. Meanwhile, let me add this in. Anybody ever go missing things in their house and you're just like, well, I know I stuck it there. I don't know where it went. Why would anybody take such an insignificant item? Well, that's what happened to me. I had a coaster come up missing out of my studio on the table. A stupid plastic coaster that had some kind of saying about wine on it. I had my debit card come up missing out of my wallet, which was inside of my purse, which I never misplace or hardly use anyway. It's my debit card. And it was bright and shiny and red with a little, that little chip on it. And it just came up missing. I used it. I put it in my wallet. I even had Wendy with me when I used it. She saw me put it in my wallet. And then when I went to go get my debit card out, it was just gone. No, there are no thieves in this house. Nobody took it. It's just gone. So it was missing for about a week before I realized it was missing. I ended up calling my bank, and they said, yeah, the last transaction was when you used it last at Wawa's to get gas. And I'm like, that's a week ago. So it never got lost. I called Wawa's and asked them, did you find my card? They're like, nah, it never showed up here. I know what happened. This little thing that came into our reality through a portal, which we caught on the Ring camera, needed the little chip for technology, because when I went to go remote view it, this little thing is high technology. And it's the craziest thing. I have the film on the Ring. I'm going to be posting it behind this video. Please watch the video. Make it big. Put it on a big TV. Try to make out what it is, but to me, it looks like a cat person. A little bitty cat person, probably about that tall, maybe about that tall, maybe a little bit taller. And it's wearing some kind of a cloak, like a Harry Potter cloak that's cloaking its body. That's high technology, okay? And then it opened up a portal, and you can see this black portal form, and then you see it pop out. It looks to me like it sees the infrared, because this was done at night with this camera. It's got infrared on it. It sees the infrared light because it has a bigger spectrum of sight than we do, and it can see the infrared, looked at the infrared, and then went back out of its portal. And it's like, okay, there it is. So Bernadette ended up shooting me the film from her Ring camera, because it goes straight to the cloud. And then from there, I got it, and then I posted it on my Patreon. And then I thought, this got such a good thing. I think other people need to see this. And let's ask the big questions. Has or are things like this happening to you? Are things missing in your house? Why is it taking all these things? Of course, they need it. And then I started remote viewing, and I'm like, why would it take a plastic coaster? And I saw exactly what it did with the plastic coaster. It melted it down, and it used it in its technology for buffering things. Like there was metal, and it melted some of the plastic to put around the metal to make like an insulator. It was using the plastic coaster as an insulator. Now it's using its technologies on a really small scale, because the thing is only this big, the little creature. We can call it a brownie. We can call it anything you want. I have no idea. So when you go to watch it, you can make it big. You can put it on like 25 speed and slow it down, and you can see it. You can see it's got a perfect collar where it's got some kind of cloaking device on it. It's got a little cute little head with eyes shining. Now I'm going to tell you this. When I went outside, Bernadette has cameras around her entire house, Ring cameras. And when I went outside and I looked up in the camera, it was at night. Wendy was inside, and she came running out. She goes, Mom, your eyes are glowing out of your head. And I'm like, what? So I went inside, looked at the cameras, and made Wendy go outside, turn around and look at the cameras. But yeah, the infrared shows your energy being inside of your shell. It literally shines out of your head. If you have an energy being, it's shining out of your head. That's what infrared does. It shows you the energy being inside of you. So I thought that was pretty awesome. So this camera picked up this little being's energy coming out of its eyes, just like it did me downstairs. And I thought, oh, how very cool. That's so interesting. I love this genre. I welcome experiences like this to happen to me, because it makes this reality worth living. It makes it interesting, because once you realize that you are in a simulation, and that everything is a simulated reality. And all you are doing is opening up new doors of simulation realities that can come in. And don't forget, we are also in an ascension inside of this simulation. We've gotten to a point where we're going to start ascending these avatars we have in the last 7 years, and so more stuff is opening up for us on a daily basis. Now, some of us are really ahead of the game, and more stuff is opened up for other people. It's done on an individual basis. But I will tell you, this is the last time I'm going to be in this simulation. I'm so ready to be out of it. And when I pass out of this avatar, I'm still in the simulation. I already know this. I've known this for a very long time. I'm going to just stand, be still, wake up, let everything come into me, and I'll know how to get out properly at that point. They try to get you quick, and that's the thing. They get you quick and put you right back into utero again, and I'm not having it. I've gotten to the point now, it's like, all I want is out. Of course I do. But while I'm here, let's make it interesting. Let's do something fun and interesting while I'm still here, because I won't be here forever. None of us will. We're all going to be ascending out of this. So please watch my footage. I'm going to tack it to the end of this, and you can watch the whole thing, find the little thing, and I'm so ready to start opening up even more skill set to start interacting while I'm here with these different realities, these different simulated realities. So, okay, everybody, I want you to raise your vibration, keep it high so we can keep the ascension going, and let these bodies do what they're designed to do because of the activation. We've just pulled the first 7 years. We're going to be pulling more in a cycle of 12, and these avatars will be unrecognizable by the time the 12th cycle is over. I might be doing a full video on this. I also have this on my Patreon, which now I'm going to pump. Please go to my Patreon because I have so many videos that would blow your mind on Patreon now. Things that I cannot talk about on YouTube. So don't forget that everything that I put onto YouTube transfers over to Odyssey. So when YouTube takes down my videos, they're still standing on Odyssey. So of course I have Odyssey, YouTube, Patreon, and I just opened up a Rumble. So right now I'm just using Rumble as a place to film my videos, but I will be starting to stockpile, well I won't, but Arthur will be starting to stockpile things for me on Rumble because he does all my technicalities. Thank you, Arthur. So, okay, I guess that's all I'll talk about. Raise your vibrations, start looking around your reality, see if things are missing in your house, see if you see little glitches of things out of your peripherals, because that's where you'll see them, through your third eye activation, and have a great day. See you on my next video. Bye.